Well, it's time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Thursday, September the 5th, 2024. Brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Church service for Francisco Panchito Garcia, 55, of Muleshoe, was held earlier this week on Tuesday morning, September the 3rd, at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in Muleshoe, with Father Lopez officiating. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Panchito died on Thursday, August 29th in Plainview. He was born November the 17th, 1968 in San Juan, Texas, to Arturo and Irene Vasquez Garcia. Panchito rode his bicycle for thousands of miles all over town. He never met a stranger, and he loved to talk, sing, and laugh. Panchito enjoyed all kinds of Spanish music, especially Los Buques and Timitarios. One of his favorite things to do was helping his brother Beto at the junkyard and washing Beto's pickup. Panchito had recently been able to travel with family and had even seen Tigres del Norte and Bronco on one of his trips. He was a free spirit and loved taking care of his dog Rocky. Panchito is now reunited with his sister Letty and his parents. He is preceded in death by his parents and two sisters, Leticia Garcia and Gloria Hilda Navarro. Panchito is survived by three sisters, Norma Guerrero and her husband Jaime of Amarillo, Flora Ramos and her husband Abel of Plainview, and Blanca Estela Pena of Plainview. Two brothers, Arturo Garcia Jr. and his wife Maria of Littlefield, and Antonio Garcia and his wife Kelly of Muleshoe. He is survived by numerous nieces, nephews, and cousins. His family would like to express their thanks to the Muleshoe community for always watching out for Panchito and helping him when he needed it. And please keep the family of Panchito Garcia on your prayer list. He will be missed. Always enjoyed seeing him around town and talking to him. His funeral service was again held earlier this week on Tuesday, September the 3rd, at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church. Church service for Pete Brown Fulcher, 85, of Oklahoma Lane, was held this past weekend on Saturday afternoon, August 31st, at the Farwell Church of Christ, with Steve Stansel of West Camp officiating. Burial followed in the Oklahoma Lane Cemetery. Pete died on Wednesday, August the 28th, here in Muleshoe. He was born September the 21st, 1938, in Sudan, to John and Bessie Rudd Fulcher. Pete met the love of his life, Tommy Smallwood, in December of 1956. They married on January 25th, 1958, at St. Luke's Methodist Church in Lubbock, and began their farming career. In January of 1968, they moved to Farwell, continuing to farm, raise their family, and making Lariat Church of Christ their church home. Pete's greatest joys were faith, family, and farming with a cup of coffee in his hand. He was a devoted husband, dad, grandpa, and great-grandpa. Pete was preceded in death by his parents, sisters Moveline Smith, Eber McCarty, Bobby Bounds, Maudie Walker, Cora Richardson, brothers Pat Fulcher, Ricky Fulcher, and Vaughn Fulcher, and a son, Paul Fulcher. Those that survive him are his wife of 66 and a half years, Tommy of Farwell, a daughter, Tonda Jones, and her husband, Carrie of Lubbock, grandchildren, Roper Fulcher, and wife Marissa of Muleshoe, Haley Skaggs, and her husband Josh of Vega, Laramie Fulcher, and his wife Megan of Muleshoe, Caleb Jones of Lubbock, Kason Jones of Lubbock, great-grandchildren that survive him, Joshua Beatty, Lexi Fulcher, Cassie Fulcher, Brooklyn Skaggs, Jarrett Skaggs, Brindley Fulcher, Kinsley Ostender of Lubbock, and Reba Matthew of Lubbock. Many nieces, nephews, and cousins, along with many friends, also survive Pete. In lieu of flowers, the family suggests memorials be sent to Created with a Purpose, P.O. Box 190, Bovina, Texas, 79009, or to the Oklahoma Lane Cemetery, 921 Farm Market Road 145, Farwell, Texas 79325. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com on their website. Please keep the Fulcher family on your prayer list today. Well, game one is in the books here for Texas high school football, and boy, the Mules had a heck of an outing last Friday night down at Cub Stadium in Brownfield as they defeated the Brownfield Cubs 63-6, and you can see that full dominating performance by the Mules in its entirety on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, with, of course, our voice of the Muleshoe Mules, Elliot Davis, on the mic. And the Mules looked very, very good last Friday night and poured it on Brownfield on the Cubs' home turf. Again, they won 63-6 to kick off the 2024 football season. The Mules ran 60 plays last Friday night, and the Cubs ran 51. The Mules had a total of 354 yards. Brownfield had 119. We were 266 yards along with the 354 in the air, and the Cubs only had 27. We added 88 more yards on the ground, and the 88 on the ground and 266 on in the air totals our 354 total yards on the night. We had 16 first downs. Our third down efficiency was 25%. We were 2 of 8, and our fourth down efficiency was 3 of 4 at 75%. We only had one turnover on the night and one loss. It was a fumble. We had 6 penalties for 33 yards. Nathan Martins, the starting quarterback, was 13 of 17 passing for 206 of our yards. He threw for 5 touchdowns, and the longest pass he had was for 46 yards. Of course, Ryan Dominguez came in and played most of the second half. He was 8 of 11 for 60 yards, one interception. His longest pass was for 32 yards. In the rushing category, Signs, number 18, had 11 attempts for 38 yards, and his longest run was for 10 yards on the night. Sigala, number 10, had 7 rushes for 32 yards, 2 touchdowns, and his longest run was 20 yards. Arias had number 9 had 1 rush for 11 yards, and then his brother Arias, number 21, had 4 attempts for 10 yards, and his longest was 9 yards. In the receiving category, Quezada, number 1, had 5 receptions for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. Herrera, number 3, had 7 receptions for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. Valles, number 13, had 1 reception for 32 yards. Hernandez, number 6, had 5 receptions for 14 yards. Jay Arias, number 9, had 1 reception for 9 yards and 1 touchdown. Butler, number 15, had 1 reception for 6 yards and 1 touchdown. And Arias, number 21, had 1 reception for 5 yards. And in the defensive side, Arias had 6 tackles on the night, number 9, 1 assist and a tackle for loss. Jose Sigala, number 10, had 3 tackles, 2 assists, and 2 tackles for loss. Moreno, number 11, had 3 tackles at 3 assists. Arias, number 21, had 2 tackles and 1 assist. Butler, number 15, had 2 tackles. Sanchez Molina, number 17 and 75, also had 2 tackles and 1 assist apiece. Sigala had 1, number 10, had 1 interception for a touchdown. He ran that back as the clock ended Friday night, and he ran that interception back 100 yards for a touchdown. Morales, number 0, had 1 interception as well. And Mendoza, number 74, had 2 blocks. And so a good all-around effort on all 3 sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams for the Mules from this past Friday night. And watch that full video broadcast on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. Now, when you look at our schedule, everybody was successful last Friday night except one team, and that's the team that we match up against tomorrow night at 7. We'll kick off at Benny Douglas Football Stadium versus Lamesa, and they lost last Friday night to another opponent on our schedule later. They lost 27-55 to the Wildcats from Littlefield. So Lamesa will be coming off a loss at 0-1, and the Mules will be 1-0. Again, Lamesa lost last Friday night, 27-55. Then New Home, who will play on the road next week, won over Lubbock Cooper Liberty, 21-20. Canadian had a big win on the road in Oklahoma at Elk City, Oklahoma, 32-27, and we play our 4th game of the season at Canadian. Then we'll be back at home for homecoming against Clyde. They beat Cisco in a thriller in overtime, 43-42. Dalhart beat Levelland 55-27. Lubbock Roosevelt in 3 overtimes was triumphant over Denver City, 36-34. Again, as we mentioned earlier, Littlefield, which will play the War in the 84 down in the district, beat Lamesa 55-27. Sladen beat Friona 42-36. And then Idalou was triumphant over Sweetwater 25-21. We will live stream this coming Friday night's game versus Lamesa, and we'll begin around 6:45, 6:50 from with Elliot Davis from David Woodfield at Benny Douglas Football Stadium. Our live stream broadcast is brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Mohawk Auto Parts, Muleshoe ISD, McDonald's Restaurant, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Bammert Seeds, and Allen Mount Insurance. Amber Richardson, the agent there. Our high-speed internet is provided for our live stream by 5 Area Connect, and we appreciate that. Tell all those sponsors thank you, and see their ads on our TV, our screen right now during the Muletrain and Friday night in our live stream. You're invited to come and eat before the game for the MHS Mules versus Lamesa varsity game, sponsored by the MHS class of 2026. They'll have a Chick-fil-A sandwich meal for $10, sandwich, chips, dessert, and drink. That's all this coming Friday night, September the 6th, before the game, 5 until 6:30 in the MHS Commons area. You can dine in there in the Commons area, or you can carry it out either. That's Friday night, September the 6th. MHS pregame meal sponsored by the class of 2026 Chick-fil-A sandwich meal is $10, sandwiches, chips, dessert, and drink from 5 until 6:30 p.m. at the MHS Commons. Everyone, please come out and eat with them. Well, of course, the JV will have a game tonight at Lamesa. That kickoff time is at 6 p.m. at their stadium at 600 North 14th Street in Lamesa. So if you can, get out to Lamesa tonight and support the JV Mules, as they will be on the road at Lamesa tonight. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. Well, it is time now for the weather forecast brought to you by We Need a Sponsor for our weather broadcast. And if you would like to sponsor your business, you personally, or your organization, your church, call or text me at 806-566-5881 as we desperately need a sponsor for our weather forecast. I take a lot of time out to maintain and report from the Muleshoe rain gauge and weather station that we have here for the National Weather Service station, and do that daily. You can see that feed in our Twitter feed, or on the bottom left corner you can see our tweets on our website, muleshoetv.com. During the month of August 2024, our average high was 95. As we mentioned last time, we had about 12 days in the triple digits in August. Average low was 64 degrees, and we got 2 inches and 18/100ths of rain here in our gauge. The Muleshoe Mesonet station had 2 inches and 5/100ths on the month of August. And the Earth Mesonet station, which is right next to Toke Plant, has had 1 inch and 72/100ths for the month of August. There's another National Weather Service rain gauge that I go and get the data off once a month, and it's at the end of 6th Street and Avenue K there on the edge of the south edge of town. And it had, 2 inches and 2/10ths for August 2023. Its total as of the end of August on the year for 2024 is 10 inches and 3/10ths, which puts us in a pretty good spot on the year. We need to keep getting rain, though. But boy, beginning last week, it was like somebody flipped a switch and turned it to fall, because we've had absolutely gorgeous fall-like weather, much cooler temps, some rainy conditions. We got 66/100ths of an inch of rain right there before the end of August, Thursday night going into Friday last week, and cloudy conditions. In fact, we've had several days where our high temps were in the 70s and our lows down into the 50s. So really feels much more like fall after these past a week and a half, nearly 2 weeks of much cooler weather. Looking at our forecast, we're going to have some rain come into the forecast beginning this afternoon with a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 4 p.m. Mostly sunny, high near 84. Light and variable winds becoming east-northeast from between 5 and 10 miles per hour in the afternoon hours. Then tonight, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 1 a.m. So look for some rain chances between 4 p.m. and 1 a.m. and keep your fingers crossed. Partly cloudy with a low around 59 tonight. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming north after midnight. Mostly sunny on Friday. High near 83. Northeast winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Then Friday night, mostly clear. Low around 55. East winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, becoming light east-southeast winds after midnight. Sunny on Saturday, beginning the weekend. Again, high around 84 degrees. Light southeast winds becoming south-southeast between 5 and 10 miles per hour in the morning. Then Saturday night, clear, low around 55. Sunny conditions on Sunday, high near 86 degrees. South-southwest winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly clear, low around 54. South winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Sunny on Monday, starting next week off, high near 86 degrees. South-southwest winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Then Monday night, mostly clear, low around 52. Sunny on Tuesday, high near 87 degrees. Tuesday night clear, low around 52. Sunny on Wednesday, high near 88. So we will slowly warm back up into the mid to upper 80s coming into the middle of next week. But I will take that weather forecast. Too bad we don't have some more rain chances. But look for a 20% becoming a 30% chance of rain today, between 4 p.m. and 1 a.m. Tonight. And that is the weather forecast for the next 7 days for Muleshoe in our area. This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. And Leal's reminds you that they are now back open on Sundays again, 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. The tradition continues on as they encourage you to go to church and then come eat with them when you're out at Leal's. The original Leal's right here in Muleshoe, 1010 West American Boulevard. They're again open on Sundays, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Leal's here in Muleshoe. And they also remind you, if you have nothing in the fridge, they will deliver straight to your door of your home or your business. Call Leal's 806-272-3294. Leal's, the original, right here in Muleshoe, 1010 West American Boulevard. Well, the Muleshoe Area Hospital District welcomes, they are very pleased to announce the addition of Dr. David Warner, MD, to their team. He arrives in Muleshoe after living in the DFW area around Euless. He has very deep West Texas connections, as he has BS, MS, and MD degrees, all from Texas Tech University. And in addition, he's lived in Big Springs, El Paso, and, of course, Lubbock. And Dr. Warner can be contacted for an appointment. He's now full-time at the Medical Clinic in Muleshoe at 701 South 1st Street, or you can call to make an appointment with Dr. Warner, 806-272-7544. You can see Dr. Warner pictured on the hospital's ad now on our TV screen. Welcome to Muleshoe, Dr. David Warner, MD. He's now at the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe, 701 South 1st Street, or call to make an appointment, 806-272-7544. Well, at the Senior Center, they continue with their raffle of Ruby Green's quilt that they have there at the Senior Center. You can see the quilt and pick up your tickets today. Go by Main and Avenue D right here in Muleshoe and get your tickets today for that raffle that they're doing of Ruby Green's quilt. They will raffle it off at the end of this month on Saturday, September 28th, during their big pancake breakfast that will be Saturday morning after homecoming. Tickets are $12 for the breakfast. It's at the Muleshoe Senior Center, 319 Main Street. And 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., they'll have bacon, pancakes, and eggs and sausage. They'll take credit cards, cash, or checks will be accepted at the big pancake breakfast Saturday, September 28th at the Senior Center, 319 Main Street. That's at the corner of Main and Avenue D. Bacon, pancakes, and eggs and sausage, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Senior Center. Tickets are $12. Everyone is invited. You know, they serve lunch as well at the Senior Center. Today they're serving soft tacos, borracho beans, green peas, spinach salad, low-cal French dressing, banana pudding. This starts around 11:30 every morning. Then on Friday, they always serve fish or chicken strips, borracho beans, green peas, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, whole wheat roll, and tropical fruit mix. That's every Friday at the Senior Center. On Monday, September 9th, tilapia, lemon slice, whole kernel corn, coleslaw, cherry crisp, and hush puppies. Tuesday, September the 10th, crispy chicken, breast on a bun, tomato and lettuce, fat-free mayonnaise, potato wedges, carrot and raisin salad, fruit cocktail. Then every Wednesday they have their chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, country gravy, stewed okra, seasoned corn, and a pumpkin square. Then next Thursday, September 12th, smothered pork chop, Southwest potatoes, squash casserole, carrot and raisin salad, cornbread, and sliced peaches. And they start serving lunch every day, Monday through Friday, around 11:30 a.m. Everyone is welcome to come eat with them at the Senior Center. let me correct myself real fast before I go on. I believe earlier in the weather I said in August we had 12 days of triple-digit temps. That I was wrong. In August, we only had 8 days of 100-degree weather or more. The Muleshoe Heritage Foundation has a big event coming up at the end of the month on Saturday, September the 28th. It's a Muletrain program, a night keeping the legends of Muleshoe alive. Join them at the Heritage Center there on the west edge of town, on the north side of American Boulevard, for a trip down memory lane with food, history, reenactments, music, wagon rides, and much, much more. It's $5 admission, and it will be 6 until 8 p.m., and it should be a very fun night there at the Muleshoe Heritage Center. That's Saturday, September 28th. Muletrain program, a night keeping the legends of Muleshoe alive. Food, history, a trip down memory lane, reenactments, music, wagon rides, and much, much more. It's $5 admission from 6 until 8 p.m. there on September the 28th at the Muleshoe Heritage Center. Everyone is invited to come out and enjoy all of the fun. On your prayer list today, remember, please, Marlene McDonald, Linda Lutz, Janice Snell, Kathy Richards, Jesse Tarango, Cliff Black and Peggy Seagroves, Terry Byers, Darlene Henry. Needs to be on your prayer list. Gary Shipman, Dick Chitwood, Sammy Gonzalez, Wanda Schaefer, Melba King, Tom and Linda Watson, Dorothy Wire, Betty Noble, Joe Jinks, and Ed and Carol Cox down in the Houston area. Keep on your prayer list those family members that are grieving the recent loss of a loved one, including the family of Panchito Garcia, the family of Pete Fulcher, the family of Christian Ramos, the family of Judy Brockman, the family of Raymond Sabala Flores, the family of Dave Suddeth, and on your prayer list, keep the family of James Roy Jones. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant right here in Muleshoe, the original. And if you'd like to hear our latest Muletrain News program, along with any of our older archived ones, they're all available free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
This is Tumbleweed Smith, a log home that's not so small after all. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They're owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at bcecoop.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
After a career in the medical field, Dr. Deborah Burkett settled down on some family land in Cherokee County. She hired a company to build her a log home. She looked at the foundation and thought it was too small.
My granddaddy's brother, Uncle Aaron, was still living when I was building this home. He walked around. He said, "Do you see that broom over in the corner that the workmen are using?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "You get that broom and you sweep this entire foundation, and then you tell me it's too small." I said, "I think you're right. This is about the right size."
Dr. Burkett spent some time in Alaska and has a cottonwood mantle from that state. She also has a totem pole made by an Alaskan artist called Birdman.
It's a bear made out of one piece of wood, and the bear's clutching a giant salmon, And the giant salmon is food and harvest, which is good luck. That always stood in Birdman's front yard. And I always told him I wanted it. And he said I put my hex on it. He had to mail it because it belonged to me, because I loved it so much.
It was quite an ordeal to get the totem pole from Alaska to the woods in Cherokee County.
Birdman's the champ at making do. So he found a big refrigerator box, put the totem pole in that with lots of duct tape. Also in it was the cottonwood mantelpiece, and also was the moose horns that you saw in the bedroom. They were broken, the two pieces, the head wasn't there. So Birdman was able to scrooch and ooch and put a horn here and another horn there. Movers from Palestine called and said, "We have a package to deliver." And I said, "That's good. Bring it on." He said, "Oh, no, lady, you don't understand. We don't deliver anything over 1,000 pounds. So I said, "Oh, dear." I said, "What is it?" He said, "We don't know, but we're taking bets." So I got a lot of guys with one big pickup, and we all go to Palestine. Once I got there and I saw a piece of the horn sticking out and a piece of the totem pole sticking out, I knew what it was.
Dr. Deborah Burkett of Mixon. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.